processing the news about Jamo?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's a tough day. Just I think everyone in here knows what he's meant to this team and just to this organization and the innings he's pitched, but really more importantly, just the role he plays in this clubhouse, just the guy he is and the teammate he is. Definitely on my Mount Rushmore of teammates. Just always willing to help everybody, always willing to make sure that everyone was in a good position to be able to succeed on and off the field. Yeah, he meant a lot to me. We came here together and really developed a relationship. One that I consider one of my closest friends in the game, and somebody that I have the utmost respect for. So.
Just the way that this baseball is a business at the end of the day. Like, how do you process knowing that that's true, but also it's one of your favorite teammates of all time?
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's not the easiest balance. I think. In a way, the business side is always tough. There's always tough decisions that have to be made, but I've never really let that deter me from developing friendships with guys. It's so much more meaningful to be able to get to know guys and develop those relationships with one another. Like I said, it probably hurts more in the end because when situations like this come up, it can just be really hurt your heart, right? Just kind of yeah. I mean. Hurt this morning for sure, but at the end of the day, it's worth it in a way of Jim was one of my closest friends, and he's a lifelong friend. His family means a lot to my family, and we're thankful to have built the relationship we have over the last 4 years.
You talked plenty about what you were thinking and feeling when things weren't going your way earlier in the year. What did you see him? How did you see him kind of dealing with things not going his way over the last few months?
Well, I mean, first of all, just talk about the one of the best pros that there is. Just the consistency and the work ethic. The always trying to find little ways to get better. Trying to understand his pitch mix even more. Trying to understand better ways to get guys out. The work never stopped, and I'm sure it won't stop now either. Just trying to figure out ways to consistently get better and be the pitcher that we all know that he can be. He threw some big innings for us last year. He kind of held us together at points last year and was one of our better guys in the playoffs. So it's definitely still in there. I think it's probably more frustrating to everybody that it hasn't worked as well as we all hoped it would this year, just because the stuff doesn't necessarily look different than it was right at points last year. It just hasn't been able to get the same results, which I know is frustrating for him and frustrating for us because, like I said, he meant a lot to us, and we're obviously wishing him the best and hoping that he can find somewhere and get back to doing what he does best.
What does it say kind of about the expectations of this game that a guy who, like you mentioned, was so good in the playoffs for you last year, is not going to be part of a push for the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's kind of hard to really reflect on that right now, just because, like I said, he meant so much to a lot of us that it's hard to really put into words, looking at it from that perspective, just because we're more concerned about him and just, what's next for him. And